I just look at Spurs out, and they're, fifth place, fighting for fourth. They're in the FA Cup still, in the knockout stage of the Champions League, with a great chance of going through in the home legs.
So it's not that bad,
exactly
is it?
What do Spurs want from their club? I feel like Spurs fans are looking at, look at Arsenal, Manchester City, Manchester United. These teams are bigger than Spurs, and what Spurs are doing this season is probably where Spurs are at. Look how bad Chelsea are doing in the league, Liverpool. Spurs are still in with a shout against the top four. They've got a chance of qualifying to the next round of Champions League. It's not all doom and glooming. Yes, the football isn't great. Yes, I'd love to see Spurs change formation, go with a 4-3-3, play a similar formation to City and Arsenal, get a number 10 in there. If you play Richarlison up top, Harry Kane as number 10, Danjuma on the left, Son on the right. Mix it up a bit. Don't just keep playing Kulusevski, Son every game. He won't, will he? But that's what Spurs fans want to see.
Okay, it's coming up 25 minutes to 7. Let's say good morning. Times chief football writer, Henry Winter, who was out in Milan. Henry, very good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Alan. Morning, Gabby. How are we?
Good. How was the trip? How was the atmosphere before the game, after the game, in the stadium? Because they got off to a great start, Milan.
They did. There were 4,000 Spurs fans. I mean, I actually thought Spurs played quite well. I agree with Gabby. I don't think it's all doom and gloom. You've got an outstanding manager in Conte. But you know what you're going to get with Conte? You're not going to get beautiful flowing football. It's not going to be Brazil 1970. But he does progress. Actually, doesn't have too great a record in the.
No, it's not good Champions League, is it?
Not in the Champions League, but he's got a point to prove there. Actually, on Son's been poor this season. I agree with the caller from last night that he's probably sort of overplayed him. But actually, one of Spurs' sort of main attacking threats was the free kicks and the corners that he was whipping into the near post, and Dyer was trying to get on and flick them home. Kulusevski is sort of still working his way back, but it was only a couple of months ago that everyone was raving about Kulusevski. I agree with the point of Richarlison. I think he should be sort of used a bit more. He doesn't necessarily seem like a Conte player. Does Conte really trust him? But the broader picture, I mean, you guys know the club. You look at the stadium they've probably got the best sporting stadium, well, probably in the top 3 in Europe, maybe the world, certainly in the UK. They've got a training ground that's second probably only to Manchester City. So there is sort of development there. Obviously, what the fans see is on the pitch. They want more creativity. They want a passer in midfield. I mean, I saw Hoddle in the press room beforehand, and how much would Glenn Hoddle will be worth? Al, you know him well. But on the positive side, Conte's not a huge promoter of youth, but Papissar, was he 20? Skip, 22. I thought the two of them did really well. But then again, put it into context. This is not a great AC Milan team.
Correct. And I think Tottenham can go through. I really, really do.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.